Hi, my name is Dylan. Welcome to my presentation. We're going to show the audience now, which should be 6 people. And then the camera person as well. Show yourself.
A little more.
Okay, cool. So, we're going to talk about people dying. So, I'm kidding. We're going to talk about an important healthcare invention. So basically, throughout history, there have been many deaths that happen, not only people killing people, but the biggest one being disease. So as time gone by, through the centuries and millennia going by, there has been an increase in biotechnology, and nowadays, we have vaccines. So without vaccines, before the 19th century, there have been not only millions, but billions of deaths. But with vaccines, it saved millions of people's lives. Not billions yet, because it's still somewhat new. Before we get into how vaccines work and the outcomes of it, the consequences of it, we're going to talk about death count before that. So tuberculosis has killed 1 billion people. Basically, the virus attacks our respiratory system and eventually spreads out, and it's a pretty big deal because 1 billion people, there's an 8 billion people population, so that's a lot. Smallpox killed 300 to 500 million people. It attacked your lymph nodes and then it just spread out the red blood cells eventually. Malaria is an average of 600,000 people per year. There's no exact number because there's just been so many of them throughout a century or two, and you really can't add them all up. It first targeted the liver and then multiplied in the liver. Then it started to branch out to the red blood cells, which led to people dying, basically. The last one is the Black Plague. This was in the 14th century, where it killed up to 200 million people. It attacked the lymph nodes. The big significance about that one is this was in the 14th century, where living conditions and technology was not high at all, and it killed 200 million people. The world population at that point was no more than 500 million people. So that killed half the population. So these are not something to just be looking standardly at. So now we're going to talk about how vaccines work specifically. So vaccines are usually injected via needle or orally or nasally, but usually needle is the main one. This is all according to the Centers of Disease Control. They wrote about how vaccines work specifically. Basically, once the vaccine enters the body, the vaccine contains the antigen, which is basically another word for saying disease, and then their body has antibodies that creates what's needed to destroy the antigen, and the antibodies are from the white blood cells, which are then from the bone marrow. Antibodies remember the antigen once it's defeated, and with that in case, the immune system remembers what antibodies to kill this antigen, how it kills this disease, so it remembers how to defeat it, so when the real disease comes, the chances of the disease coming are greatly increased. Now, there's different types of vaccine. There's more than 3, what I'm about to say, but these are the 3 main ones that are a little easier to explain. There's live vaccine, activated vaccines, and mRNA vaccines. Live vaccines, the disease is alive, but is very weak. It's very close to dead. That's usually the one that I feel like nowadays most people use. And then there are inactivated vaccines, which the vaccine is dead. So it cannot multiply, it cannot grow in the body at all, really. And then mRNA vaccines, these are instructions for the specific antibodies to form. These are usually the ones that are in flu shots, from my knowledge. And according to Mayo Clinic staff, which is composed of physicians, doctors, and scientists, bioscientists, and basically these ones tell what antibodies to create, so when the flu season comes around, they know what to make. The outcomes of vaccines: smallpox has become eradicated. It was very high, 300 to 500 million people in the late 20th century, so that's done over with. Polio is nearly eradicated. This disease attacks the nervous system, which then lead to people not being able to walk from the waist below. I believe it's caused 20 million people at least that had polio and they cannot walk no more. And a total of 154 million total lives have been saved as of 2024, and that's according to the World Health Organization. I'm gonna just go up a little bit. The death count, I got this one from Renee F. Nahara. He's a doctor of public health. He basically wrote about the different types of how many people have died, basically. That's his profession. Now, in conclusion, vaccines have saved very many lives. The way our bodies are made are magnificent. That's really the way people have basically, we're able to save a lot more people with this. And basically, vaccines are a test run overall, so ain't 100% guarantee, but it does increase our chances of surviving these things. And finally, I just want to remind everybody, this isn't an informative speech, this isn't a persuasive speech. So I'm not telling you to get a vaccine, not to get a vaccine. I'm basically just saying, this is what vaccines are, this is what vaccines are supposed to be doing, and basically it has saved quite a few bit of lives. Thank you very much.